Have you ever wondered why so many businesses are shutting down? Why so many people are losing jobs or facing a pay cut? World economy began to crumble within weeks of coronavirus. Huge corporations with billions of dollars in revenue have started feeling the heat. Individuals are not able to pay their bills. Is there a problem in the way we are managing our businesses or our lives? Has coronavirus come with an alert to correct our fundamentals in managing the economy? Individuals, investors, and companies employ leverage, or simply said borrow funds when attempting to generate greater returns on their assets. Leverage is used as a funding source to expand a firm's asset base and generate returns on risk capital. It is an investment strategy. Assumingly I have capital of 100 rupees and revenues of 200 rupees, I can borrow 500 rupees to generate revenue of 1,200 rupees. It's all good as far as I am able to generate enough revenues and pay for my borrowings. But in a COVID situation, when the business comes to a halt and revenues dry up, there aren't enough cash reserves to pay for borrowings, or expenses or salaries. Leverage can also refer to the amount of debt a firm uses to finance growth. It is described as highly leveraged. The firm has more debt than equity. Leverage not only magnifies profits, but it also has the same effect on losses. In a sudden downturn like Corona crisis, profits can quickly become losses. As losses mount, cash flow dries up, companies miss interest payments and face bankruptcy. Countries, corporates, business entities, or be it individual, everyone somehow or other falls into the trap of leverage. Governments borrow to fulfill electoral promises, corporates to be the biggest, or individuals to load themselves in luxury. Coronavirus is an infectious disease which has brought the world economy to a standstill. Borders have been sealed and countries are undergoing lockdown. Nobody knows how long this pandemic will keep haunting the world. The most viable solution, a vaccine, may take at least 2 years. So, all in all, coronavirus is here to stay for some time. The global economy is expected to suffer $5.8 trillion to $8.8 trillion in losses due to the coronavirus pandemic. A total of 81% of the global workforce of 3.3 billion people have had their workplace fully or partly closed. Nearly 200 million people could end up out of work. Entities or individuals who are highly leveraged have already started feeling the heat. No or little assets to raise capital makes it even tougher in the time of COVID. With unprecedented shutdowns, the inflow of revenue has stalled and pressure to pay salaries is also mounting. Similarly, individuals who have a higher percentage of their salaries committed to loans will find hard to stay afloat, as there is a huge risk of losing job or a pay cut. In either case, excessive exposure to debt is making things tougher. In order to survive, working capital will be required by businesses. However, in highly leveraged scenario, when there is hardly any asset left to be used as collateral for funding, borrowings become expensive. The pandemic has taught businesses to avoid being in over-leveraged situations. This can be done by maintaining and keeping their debts in check, understanding the day-to-day the cash flow of business to the future viability of the company. Not all growth is good growth. Be strategic with your growth. When you approach a growth opportunity, remember to ask yourself these questions. Do you have enough capital in your business to sustain high growth? Do you have enough cash to cover for 5 months' worth of expenditures before collecting any receivables? After taking debts, can the company continue to manage similar percentage of profitability? It's critical to understand companies' cash flow and capital position, because we usually tend to not account unforeseen situations such as corona pandemic. Individuals can avoid de-stressing their finances as well as their lives by planning what percentage of income should go into which debt or investments. Opt for a pure life cover or term plan, 8 to 10 times of annual income. Premium should not be more than 6 to 7% of salary. Combined payout of all loans should not be more than 45 to 50% of the total income. Home liabilities should not exceed 35 to 40% of the salary. It is not advisable to take expensive personal loans at all. If one is forced to, the amount should not exceed 10% of one's income. In these turbulent times of corona, traditional business houses are least affected because of their minuscule dependency on borrowings. Corona comes as an alert to maintain a healthy balance between growth and stability.